Hi everybody, this is the Lost Boy with your gaming news and my opinions, and thanks for watching. Coming up this week we have microtransactions in DMC5, the Zhongshan Sueboard Z Plus PC/console hybrid, an update on last week's video, and even more, so stick around. If you enjoy this video or agree with what I said, feel free to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell if you'd like to see new videos when they come out. There's lots to talk about this week, so let's get into it. First, we have the news that the upcoming Devil May Cry 5 game will include microtransactions. From what I've read, the system will involve the purchase of orbs with real-world cash, which will allow players to unlock new abilities or progress more quickly. The issue here is, this is another AAA single-player game which has decided for some reason to include microtransactions. This seems to be a follow-up to the bad precedent set by Middle-earth: Shadows of War, although that game itself removed microtransactions after months of controversy. Some people are describing this as pay to win. Others argue it's sort of its own unique thing, like sort of a pay to progress. But any way you look at it, I think this is pretty disappointing. As a collector of games, I'm a fan of collecting each game in a series if the series is consistently good. But with something like this, we get to the 5th installment and suddenly I have zero desire to stay with this series. Honestly, even if it doesn't technically qualify as pay to win, this puts DMC5 in the category of games I won't ever pay money for. I can't even get through the stack of awesome games I have right now. So even if this game came up for free on Games with Gold or something, I'd probably just take a pass. That's just me though, what do you think? Next item up is the Zhongshan Sueboard Z Plus PC/console hybrid. Don't feel bad if you've never heard of this. It definitely does seem to come out of left field a little bit, but I think it could have potential. The PC/console hybrid description is a little confusing. The Subor Z Plus is not technically a console as it will run Windows 10 out of the box, and could potentially run other OSs like Linux. What makes it seem more like a console is the form factor as well as the hardware configuration. Like the PS4, this unit will be running on a combined CPU and GPU system on a chip, or SoC. This combo is known as an APU, and the Subor Z Plus's APU will run on the new AMD Ryzen framework alongside integrated ATI Vega GPU technology. Also, although the APU and RAM will not be upgradable, the model I saw unboxed shipped with both an SSD drive and a traditional hard drive, both of which are upgradable. What all this jargon boils down to is that you get a pretty decent mid-grade gaming rig with lots of I/O that's roughly equivalent to a PS4 Pro in terms of power. All of this goodness is crammed into a sexy little unit, which really does have sort of a console feeling to it. My only concern is the price. What I could find online indicated that the Subor Z Plus will come in just north of $600 US. While likely cheaper than buying an equivalent gaming desktop complete, this still comes in at over 50% more than the PS4 Pro it's being compared to. Many would argue that the productivity factor easily makes up for this, but for me this is counterweighted somewhat at least by losing out on access to the PS4 exclusive games. If they could have gotten the price down to a point comparable to, or even lower than the PS4, this machine or something like it could really shake up the marketplace. At that price though, it's hard for me to imagine that there will be very many adopters, at least here in North America. Now, a quick minute to whine about YouTube. Has anyone else noticed the algorithm sucks even more than usual lately? For quite a while now, I've had the feeling that YouTube's suggestion algorithm is only suggesting videos from a small fraction of the content available. One of the results of this is when YouTube suggests videos that you've already watched. Although I can understand periodically suggesting a previously watched video after a decent amount of time has passed, I'm being served videos that I've watched in the previous week or several days. In a few recent cases, YouTube has actually suggested videos I've viewed within the past 24 hours. This is way too much, and it's actually hurting the experience of using YouTube for me personally. I do get sick of hearing YouTubers complain about YouTube. But I also really think that certain aspects of the YouTube algorithm actually hurt not only a large swath of the creators, but also devalue YouTube for its most important resource, the viewers. Has anyone else recently been getting served with videos they just finished watching? Let me know if you have in the comments. The next item is a brief but happy update on the situation from last week's video. I just got notice yesterday that Dick and his property management company have been replaced by a new company after over a year of problems. So as they say, out with the Dick and in with the new. Finally, I'd like to touch on the story of Spooky Woobler, aka Chris Turner. Odds are good that you've already heard about this story, but for those who haven't, Chris Turner was a young man from my home province of Ontario, Canada. Several weeks ago, the internet began to discover Chris, who'd been diagnosed with terminal osteosarcoma and was given a very short prediction for his survival timeline after opting to stop his cancer treatment. Chris, also an avid gamer and Smash Brothers fan, revealed several weeks ago via Twitter, "I'm really scared I won't be able to play Ultimate. I know it's childish to despair over a video game, but Smash means a lot to me, and when Ultimate looks so good, it breaks my heart." Before long, the story began to go viral, and thousands begged Nintendo to allow Chris a chance to play Smash Bros. Ultimate while he still could. Nintendo took notice and actually came through, and 2 Nintendo reps visited Chris last week at his home with a demo copy of the new and unreleased Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Chris, along with his brother, his mother, and his best pal, got to enjoy the game for 3 hours, and the internet, home of so much drama and negativity, rejoiced at this small victory. Sadly, yesterday it was confirmed that Chris's prediction was accurate after all. He passed peacefully at home, surrounded by those closest to him, just about 6 weeks shy of the release date for Smash. This is a sad story for sure, but to see a community come together like that around someone in this current era of insincerity and suspicion is truly something special. Also, it occurs to me that video games get a pretty low rating as art forms go, and some even maintain that games don't even qualify as that. I think that the human spectrum is an incredibly versatile thing, and I have found gaming to be something that I enjoy a lot. But more than that, I enjoy the time spent with friends and loved ones around a passion that we share. If I ever cared at all that the thing that I'm into isn't as highfalutin as the next person's, I certainly don't anymore. And it sure feels good that the cutting of a life so tragically short could be eased in some small way by a video game. Let me know your thoughts about any of today's topics in the comments section. And that's all for this week's video. If you're still with me, thanks for sticking around. Your views and support are much appreciated. Always remember your happy thought, and I'll see you next time.